My father taught me to work. He did not teach me to love it. Common-looking people are the best in the world. That is the reason the Lord makes so many of them. How many legs does a dog have if you call the tail a leg? 4. Calling a tail a leg doesn't make it a leg. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. My experience has taught me that a man who has no vices has damned few virtues. Let not him who is houseless pull down the house of another, but let him work diligently and build one for himself, thus by example assuring that his own shall be safe from violence when built. Will springs from the two elements of moral sense and self-interest. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. The way for a young man to rise is to improve himself in every way he can, never suspecting that anybody wishes to hinder him. I am a slow walker, but I never walk backward. I will prepare, and some day my chance will come. I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. I never had a policy. I have just tried to do my very best each and every day. If there is anything that a man can do well, I say let him do it. Give him a chance. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. fourscore and 7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. People are just as happy as they make up their minds to be. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. With malice toward none, with charity for all. That some should be rich shows that others may become rich, and hence is just encouragement to industry and enterprise. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. Determine that the thing can and shall be done, and then we shall find the way. I have noticed that folks are generally about as happy as they make up their minds to be. I don't think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. The best thing about the future is that it comes only one day at a time. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. The best thing about the future is that it comes only one day at a time. I don't like the man. I must get to know him better. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under a just God cannot long retain it. Whatever you are a good one. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. Whatever you are, be a good one. Get books, sit yourself down anywhere, and go to reading them yourself. All I have learned, I learned from books. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking about what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking about what I want to say. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. I will prepare, and some day my chance will come. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. Everybody likes a compliment. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. If slavery is not wrong, nothing is wrong.